Hey there friends, Nibs again, out in the garage doing a little bit of goofing around today, and I wanted to do a quick video for you guys. A couple people have asked questions about this, and I wanted to cover this topic a little bit. I don't want to delve into it too deep because I don't want to get a channel strike, but people have asked about working on the trigger on these Snowpeak SP500s, and I just got this new one here. This one is the 22 caliber version, and I'll bring you down here and we'll go ahead and take it apart, and I'll show you what I have done to make them better. So to start off with, you have to take the grip. There's this little gray rubberized grip panel. You have to take those off for starters. Try my best to keep my hands out of the way here. Some people have complained about not being able to see what I do, and so those just pull off pretty easy. You have to do that because one of the screws here for the side panel is underneath that, so you have to, so now you have to, there's actually 6 more screws you got to take out. So one below the grip panel, and then 3 up above. So these ones actually hold the, there's actually a this upper panel of the grip piece here. Those 2 are like a wood type screw, and these other ones are more of a machine screw, so you got to keep those separate. And they're much shorter, so it's not hard to mix up, or not easy to mix up, I mean. So these ones actually hold the upper portion into the So there's 2 things I've found that you can do on these that really help the trigger out a lot, and I'll show you what that is. So first thing, you have to take those 2 wood type screws out to take this side panel off, and then the rest of the gun will lift out of the lower half. So the 2 things I've found to adjust are, and actually this isn't even really I mean, right off the bat it isn't an adjustment, but right down here there is a hole that should have a screw in it. They don't come from the factory with this screw, but I've actually found that a 440 grub screw, so one of them I had was 3/16, and then this one here is a 3/8, and then 5/16. So this one's 5/16. The one I put in the 177 version is the 3/8 inch one, but 5/16 is more than enough, because basically what that is so this is your engagement bar here. Without that in there, you got to pull that trigger back quite a ways. I mean, it feels like 3/4 of an inch, but it really isn't. But once you have that in there, you're using a lot better mechanical advantage against this trip bar here. And then the other thing that I found that you can adjust and is, let me find the proper screwdriver here. So this little flat screw right here is actually sets the sear engagement, and you want to be very careful making adjustments to that, but you can turn that in just a little bit and it will help out with, like I said, sear engagement, and make the trip a little bit lighter, a little bit crisper. You have to play around with that and take it in and out of the gun and turn it in a little bit at a time. And that will not only, so this one here will make the biggest difference. The grub screw, it'll take your trigger from probably a 6 or 7 or even higher pound trigger and take you down to maybe like a 2 or 3 pound trigger. But adjusting that one will make it a lot more sensitive, and you won't have so much, so you kind of have a little bit of take up and then you're pulling through. But if you adjust your sear engagement just real nice, you won't have as much movement to actually break over. So anyway, there is the 2 adjustments that I have found on the Snowpeak SP500. I haven't got this one dialed quite in yet, but my 177 version is breaking at just about 2 pounds, right around 2 pounds. And it's a really nice feeling trigger now. When I first got it, oh my goodness, it was horrendous. Like I said, probably 7, 8, maybe more. I did a video on it, talking about it earlier. So, but it was pretty gnarly. And I did this one before I even took it apart. I just put the grub screw in there, and it made it from, you saw me when I unboxed it. If you watch my channel, you saw me unbox this in my mail call, and the trigger was horrendous. I put the grub screw in there, night and day difference. Still a little bit heavy, so I'm going to play around with that sear engagement a little bit more, and I think that'll get me just as good as the 177 version. So this one is 22. I don't know if I mentioned that, but anyway, there you go. Real quick, little tech tip for you, I guess. People have been asking for more more how-tos on the channel, and I thought I would get this one done for you. This Snowpeak, I'm really, so if I had to choose between this and the Ruger Mark IV, I would shoot this Snowpeak all day. It's a great little gun. I've worked on the Ruger Mark IV trigger over and over again, and they're still very tough. It's a lot better than it was, but it's still not a great trigger, and these ones are night and day difference as far as trigger feel and shootability. So, and they also have a rail on here that you can mount an optic on, so that's a plus for me. I did pull the optic off my 177 and throw it on a different gun to try out, but I'll be getting some probably permanent edition red dots to put on both of these down the road. So, but anyway, hope you liked the video. Till next time, have a great day.